If you're not subscribed to my channel, press that little red button and subscribe because there's lots of exciting things to come. Welcome to the Rawsome Truth. Super excited today. Today's my last day of work, so it'll be the last time you see me in this car. I've sold my car. It goes on Tuesday, and but I'm not working after tomorrow, so I won't have any need to do any videos in my car. Today I want to talk to you about yesterday morning. Yesterday morning I went out for breakfast and I went to a place that has some raw food. Generally most places that you go to that have a lot of raw food, they generally are a little bit high fat because they're mainly in paleo restaurant cafes and places like that, and most people don't have a pure understanding of raw in the sense the way we eat on 80-10-10, which is a lot of fruit in abundance. So I arrived there, and yes, there were a lot of smoothies on the menu, but to be honest, I get sick of it. You've probably seen in my videos, I have a lot of raw juices and stuff like that when I'm out, but they're not cheap. And sometimes when you're going out with friends and whatever, you want to actually have something else. And I do ordinarily order a smoothie bowl when I go to this particular place, but I tried most of the ones that I could have on the menu, and I just felt like having something different. They had this pandan chia pudding, and it looked absolutely beautiful. And to be honest, it was really tasty. So I ordered it, and I thought, oh, this looks so good. Now, I don't ordinarily have fat in the morning at all, except what's in my fruit or my greens. And it's just something I don't have. I have a small amount of over fats in the evening if I'm going to have fats, but never throughout the day. And that is because fruit digests extremely quickly, whereas fat takes a lot longer to digest, and it's going to ferment in my tummy. And especially if you're someone like me who's prone to bloating, everything comes out, you know, and I can feel it, my stomach, and I don't feel right, and I just feel sick. Honestly, I just don't feel right. So anyhow, I had this, and I knew what I was setting myself up for. To be honest, I didn't feel sick. I started feeling a little bit sick because it was a lot more fat than I'd even have in the evening. And generally when I'm having my fat in the evening, I'm having it with a lot of greens. So they're cleaning out, you know, the extra bit of fat through my system a lot quicker anyway. But when I'm having it first thing in the morning, and it was a decent size amount, so there would have been a fair few chia seeds in there, it became quite But this is something I noticed, and this is something I wanted to share with you. When you're eating fruity food and you're on that real fruit high that we get on through fruit, and only other fruity raw people can understand the actual high we get from being on raw food. Anyhow, so you're on this high, and I was on a massive high yesterday. To be honest, I've been on a high since I knew I'm going overseas as well. So I'm on this real natural high, and I'm saying, yeah, I'm feeling great, let's go, yeah. Anyway, so I get there, and I've got my pudding, and oh my God, it tastes really, really good. You probably saw my face at the footage when I had a mouthful. I'm like, It was divine. It was really yummy. But something I did notice come over me very quickly was this numbing feeling, and it sort of numbed my high. And I thought, wow, that's amazing, because that's the same sort of thing that can happen with cooked food. And it was really interesting for me because I hadn't ever really noticed this before, because I don't generally have fat on an empty stomach. So this is the first thing that's going into my body first thing in the morning. And I'd never never, ever, ever taken any notice of this. And this happened, and I was like, wow, now that's a real eye-opener. I thought, I'm going to share this in the video. The reason I'm going to share this in the video is I've got a forum. It's called Raw Vegan Fruitarian for Life. Please join. The link's in the description. And I see on my forum a lot of people saying that they add linseeds to their smoothies or chia seeds to their smoothies in the morning and whatever. Look, if it works for you, fine. But why don't you have a try and just having pure fruit first thing in the morning, or even a green smoothie first thing in the morning, similar to some of the breakfasts that I have first thing in the morning. And I get that high first thing in the morning, that high where I'm going, yay, I love my life. But if you look at it and think, you know what, I'm going to give that a try, and then in a couple of days' time, if you want to have your smoothie with your chia seeds or your linseed or whatever it is that you put in there, and just see the difference and really take into account how you're feeling. Because you may notice the difference, and when you start looking at the difference, then you're going to say, wow, she's onto something. There's nothing better than that fruit high. I have taken so much notice of it that it'll be a long time before I'm having my mood dampened first thing in the morning by pudding. And although it tasted absolutely delicious and it looked super pretty, I didn't feel super pretty and I didn't feel super delicious. So, and only fruit can do that. I just had a massive container. I'm just reaching it in my car. Like, this is how big my container was. Look, it's bigger than my head. I just had that filled with watermelon. And I feel great from it because it's hydrating, and I can't stress the importance enough of having hydrating fruit first thing in the morning, especially for someone like me who has suffered dreadful skin problems. And I look at my skin now, I say, wow. And it's not 100% healed, but I've got absolutely no makeup except lipstick and mascara. That's what I always wear. I have worn no makeup for over a year, and it has been humiliating at times and to heal my skin. So for someone like me who's got dreadful skin, hydration is paramount for my skin. And I look at my skin now, and without loving, not looking at myself saying, oh, but I do look at myself and say, wow, this is amazing. You are looking so much younger and your skin is looking so wonderful. And I say this to myself, and I say this to myself because you see people come off cooked food time and time again, come back onto cooked food, come off raw, time and time again. And I don't want to be one of those people. And especially I'm going overseas, and there's going to be a lot of temptations for me along the way. And I've already said, if there's something in a country that I say I cannot live my life without trying it, I will try it and I will suffer the consequences. But I really don't want to get off raw. I really don't. I look at my hair, how thick and luscious it's starting to look. I mean, I've got thick hair anyway, but I can feel it. It's just looking amazing. My natural curls are starting to come through. That's all natural. I've done nothing. It's just all coming through, all at the back. My natural curls are just starting to come through. You can still see there's dead hair. I mean, I've killed myself over the years with toxins, but I just see all my natural beautiful hair starting to come through. I've still got bits of peroxide at the bottom, but I'm not now. I'm letting all my natural hair come through, embrace the inner hippie. And I just think, I don't want to get off. So I do look at myself in the mirror and I say, wow, look at the improvements you've done to yourself. You're 40, you've got no wrinkles around your eyes are looking really clear. I can just see it in my cheeks and they're glowing, and I just feel amazing. And I'm telling myself this, Jade, you're looking amazing. You're looking great. Keep going. Don't get off this road. And it's so easy, and it only takes one wrong turn at the wrong time. So it's so important to keep yourself on that track. And that's why I love waking up in the morning and having hydrating fruit and getting as many greens into me. I aim for half a kilo to a kilo, sometimes more. As many greens as I can get into me. And I also have my 2 tablespoons of the wheatgrass each day, and that has just made all the difference to my skin. I know it. That and everything else I'm doing, but you know, it's just paramount. So I'm keeping the fat as much as possible out of my diet. I still do have a small amount, but keep it out of your diet in the morning. If you want to look at yourself each day, and I know some people are just naturally beautiful, and especially if you're young, you know, if you're in your 20s and that, of course you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're young. But as you get older, you know, I mean, I'm hitting 40. As you get older, you got to work at it. You really got to work at it. And raw is the only way for me to keep my youthfulness, to keep myself young, to keep my skin nice, to keep myself healthy, to keep my energy levels up. So it's so important to me. So this was a bit of a rant and a ramble today, but that's okay. My key message is keep fat out of your diet in the mornings and in the afternoons. If you must have overt fats, have it in the evening. And my other key message is stay raw. Raw is life. Raw is happiness. Raw is everything and more. It has given me so much. I love being raw. So get your fruit on and your greens too. Don't take lives, live life. Bye for now.